Delivery.
Greetings, mortal. Did somebody order a...
Hey, I wasn't done. I mean, somebody ordered this pizza. You weren't going to send me away without paying, are you? If you don't have money, I'm sure there's something you can do to pay for it. You just have to let me in first. Listen, mortal. I know our first meeting was less than ideal. I made a hasty assumption, and you were disrespectful and attacked me for no reason. We both made mistakes. But, fortunately for you, I'm a very forgiving succubus. Instead of cursing you and your bloodline and returning to hell, I've decided to give you another chance. After all, it would be a shame if you missed out on my services just because we got off on the wrong foot. I know it sounds too good to be true, but I'm serious. I bear you no ill will. So if you'd kindly open the door and let me in, I'd appreciate it. Mortal, I'm serious. Open the door. You're testing my patience. Open the door. Stop being ridiculous. Open the door. You're really going to do this? You're not even going to turn me away face to face? Aren't you worried about other mortals seeing me? What will they think if they hear a poor, innocent maiden crying on your doorstep? They'll think you're a brute. No one will want anything to do with you. Mortal, are you still there? To hell with this.
Ha! So you are still here. You have a lot of nerve making me beat on your door like a beggar. Did you forget I'm a demon? You can't keep me away so easily. I could have come in any time I wanted. The only reason I didn't is because I wanted to give you a chance to make amends. But I see now that I was wasting my time. You know what I want. I want your energy, and I'm not leaving until you give it to me. I even made sure you wouldn't be in the bath this time, so you wouldn't be able to use one of those wretched bath bombs again. No? Didn't you hear me? I'm not leaving until I've fed. I'm prepared to follow you to the grave if I have to, so you may as well get this over with and stop wasting my time. How dare you?
You can't talk to me like that. I'm a demon. I could turn this miserable hut into a bonfire if I wanted. I could turn you inside out with a snap of my fingers. I could...
As I was saying, I could... No, that was not my stomach. You must be hearing things. Stop changing the subject. If you really cared about how I was feeling, you'd stop being ridiculous and let me... All right, fine. I'm hungry. I'm famished. And do you know why? It's because of you. You're too selfish to let me feed, so you forced me to wander around this ridiculous mortal plane and starve. And since I'm a demon, I can't even starve to death like you. I just have to keep getting hungrier and hungrier, and it's all your fault. The pizza? I don't have one. It's empty. See? Don't look at me like that. There wasn't one in here when I found the box. Besides, it's not as though it matters whether or not there's actually a pizza in here. We weren't going to eat it anyway. Will you stop worrying about the pizza? I just told you I'm starving because of you. Are you going to take responsibility for this? Finally! It's about time. Honestly, I was wondering if you'd ever see reason. You're lucky I didn't want this trip to be a waste, or I would have given up on you ages ago. What is this? I'm aware this is food. What does it have to do with me? You've got to be joking. I thought you were taking me to the bedroom, not your kitchen. No, I don't want whatever it is you're cooking. I want to feed off of you. Besides, I'd never accept food from someone who won't even... There aren't any peanuts in this, are there? I don't like peanuts. You may be a brute, but I'll admit, your cooking skills are acceptable. It should keep me going for a while, at least. Don't think this means that I've forgotten what I'm here for, though. I will get your energy eventually. Mark my words. But since you've provided me with an adequate meal, I suppose I should repay you somehow. Yes, I know. A lowly mortal like you feels undeserving of my favor, but rest assured, I wouldn't grant it if I wasn't willing. I'm glad to see you're being reasonable. Now heed my words, mortal. I, Ophelia, have deemed you worthy of my favor. As such, I'll fulfill a fantasy of your request without feeding on you. It'll be as though you were laying with a mortal woman, at least in terms of how drained you are after. I believe it's what you mortals call a freebie. Yes, any fantasy, no matter how dark and depraved it may be, no matter how shameful it may sound, you'll find no judgment from me. You only need to tell me what you want, and it shall be done. And who knows, once you've seen what I have to offer, perhaps you'll be more receptive to making a deal. Oh? Taking me by the shoulders? How forward. By all means, mortal, lead the way. I'm curious to see what kind of desires you've been...
Mortal? Is this your idea of foreplay? Do you want me to knock? Hello? Is anyone home? Please let me in. It's so cold out here. I'd do anything for a warm bed tonight. Mortal? This is where you're supposed to... Wait a minute.
I don't believe you. I offer my services to you without asking for anything in return, and you throw me outside like a feral cat? Just because you fed me doesn't mean I have to accept this kind of treatment. Yes, I did say any fantasy. You could have asked for anything, but instead you... No. That's not what I meant. You can't just say it's always been a fantasy of yours to throw a demon out of your house. I know that's not true. Because it's not. What mortal would have a ridiculous fantasy like that? Well, yes, I did say I wouldn't judge you for your fantasy, but that's not... I didn't mean... Ugh, fine. If you truly insist on wasting my kindness, then I'll leave. But mark my words, mortal, I'll be back. And I'm taking the rest of your food with me.